Welcome back. It's part 14 already of my Europa playthrough of Stationeers, and as you've seen in the previous 13 parts, I've studiously avoided reading any of the patch notes since my last play, and I'm paying the price. But we have now got something vaguely under control. First thing I think I need to do is go and drink some water, isn't it? And let's go do that. And of course I've come in here, I must run that. I need to sort this out as a bit of a better solution than having to remember to do that each time, but in the meantime let's drink some water. There we go, that's good. And actually, how are we doing there? Let's drink the rest. Oh, a whole 1% of that one. That was well worth it. Right, so my food supplies are not good, but there we go. The pumpkin is barely growing, and the soybean is barely growing, which is not ideal. So this run could actually end with me starving to death at the current rate. But let's see whether there's anything else I can get my head round in terms of what's going on in here. So first of all, there's no pollutant. Right, let's turn that off. We're at 24.4 degrees, 85 kpm. Maybe the pressure's a bit too high. I know they reduced the pressures a little bit, but I don't know. Let's Stationpedia. The soy looks most healthy, so I'm going to see if we can figure that one out first. Soybean seeds. Grow some soybean, yes. That's what I want to do. I would love to. Okay, so it inhales. Oh, it needs a bit of nitrogen. That's interesting. Well, we've got nitrogen, so that's okay. Exhales oxygen. Fine. Needs some water. We've got water. Needs to be between. Okay, ideal temperature 20. Ideal minimum pressure 51. Okay, so we're meeting those. Ideal maximum, we're meeting that. Ideal maximum growth pressure, we're meeting that. It wants 5 minutes of darkness and 10 minutes of light per day. Okay, I'm not sure what the day length is set to, so that's a bit of a challenge. Okay, so that's really the only thing here that I think I can influence. Is maybe increasing. Maybe it's not light for long enough. Okay, let's check out the pumpkin. Grow a pumpkin. Yes, I would like to grow a pumpkin. So the pumpkin wants. Okay. I hope these are minimum amounts. It needs at least 8 minutes of light and at least 1 minute of dark. The other needs at least 5 minutes of dark and 10 minutes of light. Ideal temperature. We're in the ideal temperature range. We're in the ideal pressure range. It's got carbon dioxide. I do need to probably just check the water temperature, I suppose. Maybe there's not enough carbon dioxide in here. Don't know. Right, let's so it's 5 degrees, so perhaps we need to warm the water up a little bit. I might put a radiator onto that water pipe, and maybe a valve so that it actually separates. I might put a tank in this room. That might help a little bit. There's 65% CO2, so that really shouldn't be a problem. That's about the only thing left I can really think of other than the day-night cycle. I might need to automate that grow light a little bit. I think I'm going to do that. It shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, that's probably about as much as we can do, to be honest, so I'll give that a go. One thing that would be interesting to see would be what's the water temperature in here, to figure out whether or not the problem is the overall water temperatures or whether it's where they're going through the little stretch outside. They shouldn't be because they're in insulated pipes. No, it's 5 degrees in here as well. Okay. And it is quite cold out here. So perhaps I need to put a valve here to just split that network. Liquid. Right, okay, one thing I will do is I've got enough iron for that. I don't want to use all of my... Oh, I've got quite a lot of iron kicking around. Right, I'm going to make a water tank and put it inside the greenhouse. And we have no such thing as a liquid valve, do we? Only a digital valve. No, there we are, liquid pipe valve, that's what I need. That will just force it to split the network. Okay, that's going to need some more iron, but that's fine. So we'll make one of those. And then the other thing is whether I can make a radiator. Liquid pipe radiator. We need 3 gold, so I need 2 more gold and 2 steel. Okay, well I've got steel in there. Okay. So I'm going to try and make a radiator. Right, hopefully that will be enough to be able to get the water up to a sensible temperature. I need a battery for that. Filter, which I need steel for, I think. I might be able to make a small battery without it. Iron, gold, copper. Of course, I'll just put the gold in here. Of course, I have. Oh, I haven't got much gold left, have I? I've got one spare small battery as well. Right, I'm going to have to go gold mining again soon. Okay, however, importantly, I might be able to make some more steel. I still haven't found any nickel anywhere. That's really quite frustrating. Anyway, let's go and deal with this first. How charged is that battery? Probably charge quite quickly, won't it? I was thinking the one inside there is quite low. 70%, I'll take it for now. How charged is my suit? 36%. May as well change that out while I'm here. Still haven't made that a... there we go. Advanced airlock either, which would solve a lot of that problem. But there we go. Right, so I'm going to... how am I going to do this? I think if I split that there... I'm going to make that one way so that the colder water doesn't come in, and then I'm going to... I'm not actually going to have enough pipe, am I? because I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to put this on here. But there's no space for a radiator. Boo. Put one on there though. Ha! Take that. Right, okay. So hopefully what that will do is maintain a reservoir in here of slightly warmer water. Temperature's going, I mean it was lower than I would have wanted, but it's going up, so that's good. Oops, sorry, bashed the microphone then. Probably just deafened you all. Okay, that's going up quite nicely. Whereas on that side it's still cold, so okay, that hopefully that will start to improve things a bit as well. Right, I really want this to work because then I'd quite like to expand this and actually build a proper greenhouse, but I need to know that I can get these things to start growing. Right, okay, well, I kind of need to grow some more potato, but I don't think I've got much left. Oh, the seeds are still out there, aren't they? I really need to bring that in. Potatoes are fastest growing, so it would be good. Maybe I'll see if I can set up 2 more hydroponics there. Right, we'll swap those over. Okay, I have still got 2 potato seeds, so it's not quite as bad as I thought it was. Let's make some. I've got a lot of iron in here now, haven't I? I've put too much in, never mind. Let's make a couple more of these. Oh, I need to let some floor grating down in here now, this is starting to get annoying. Reasonably sure I won't be pulling it up every 2 seconds. That'll do for now. How much have we got in there? Enough. Be nice to do some proper decent floors, but they're basically going to need steel. I'll make it last a bit longer. That'll be fine. Right. I still forgot to pick up the potatoes. I'm an idiot. Right. I'm going to take 1 potato, 2 potato, 3, no, just 1 potato. And I'm going to take, what else will grow reasonably quickly? Not a pumpkin, they're slow. I suppose we've got 3 wheat. I can grow some wheat. It's not immediately usable, but beats leaving it empty when I'm in danger of starving to death. Right. Let's check that. It's got some water in there. That water's up to 8 degrees now. That's much better. Not that the plant seems to care. Barely growing. I'm not even sure when the sun's going to be up. How night-timey it is out there. I wasn't paying enough attention. Don't really want to plant them in the dark, but yes, I need to. Well, it's just thriving. Okay. Used to be the case if you planted them in the dark, their health would go down immediately, but I'm guessing they fixed that as part of the update. Well, let's see if any of that lot will grow. That would be lovely if it would, wouldn't it? Got enough water. Not a huge amount, actually. I do need to get some more water in here. 1.45 litres. There's 2 litres out there, but it's much colder. Okay, so I do think I need to get some more water ice melted. Well, I need to probably get some more water ice, I would guess. Oh no, I've actually got quite a bit. Okay. So, I might as well go and do that. Still very cold out here, but It's colder out there, so we'll take that as progress. What did I need to do to sort this out? I needed an active vent, which means I need more gold. That was the problem. I remember now. Right. Basically, all roads point to gold mining required in daylight. Possibly sooner, but let's hope we can make it that long. Right. So first thing I'm just going to do quickly is to add a couple of chutes onto here. No, go on the end. Oh my god. Right, there we go. Right, let's crush some ice. Maybe if we do half and then we split that in half. Don't want to overload the system, but on the other hand, okay. Let's just check the state of that. It's worrying that there's any volatiles made it through there. That shouldn't be able to happen. Does that mean that filter's run out? Yes, right, I need to turn that off then, don't I? Glad I checked. Right. That's... is it emptying? No, it's filling up. Oh, there we go. No. Yeah, that's emptying now. Okay, 236 moles in there. Whoops, turned it off. Okay, at 8 degrees C. That's at 15. Okay, I guess it's probably safe to chuck another one in then. Right, that can go away. Right. Okay, that gets us a bit more water anyway. Let's get some of this smelted. And I need 2 more volatiles filters. Oops, dragged the window instead of the scroll bar. Filter volatiles. Shouldn't have done that. I might need some of that for... well, I can use it from an ingot, can't I? It's just a bit less convenient. I wonder if I've got enough coal to do a 75, 25. Yes, I have. Okay. So if I split that in half and put that one there, and where did the other one go? There it is. Put that one in there. Right, we can make some steel. Amazing. The sun's coming up as well. Very nice. Right, let's do this first. Split this water into halves. Put that lot in. Probably get away with doing it more than that now, but it's better to be cautious, I think. get some more volatiles while I'm out. No, thank you. But I'll get them from inside this hill. Let's see if there's more gold in here first. It doesn't look hopeful, does it? Well, it's worth a look. Right, let's see if we can mine out the inside of this mountain. Hollow it all out like a little dwarf. There's some gold. Amazing, I'll take it. Oof, smash. Doesn't look like that vein of volatiles actually goes very deep. I was kind of hoping I'd find a whole load of it inside. I've just cut through the top there as well. Okay, well, I'm not taking it out. As I've said before, it's an amazing landmark and easy to see against the blue of the surrounding terrain, which is too valuable to me to just mine it for what's not even a very large amount of ore. Yeah, look, popped out the top there. Or ice, I should say. There is some more in the distance over there. That's one good thing with volatile, it's very easy to see on this planet. Don't think there's any closer though, is there? Now I absolutely haven't got distracted from my attempt to make steel, I promise. Maybe I have a little bit. Not that badly. Take some of the peak off this hill and make it a little bit easier to see home base from further away. That's probably enough. I like how the pipes draw in as you get close. It looks like that 1990s Windows screensaver. If you're too young to know what that is, then I'm sure there's a YouTube video for it, but certainly I remember it well. Right. I'm not going to risk putting that much in one go. I don't know how much is safe. Right, okay, so I'm going to dial this in now. Steel is 1, I think. That or solder is 1, in which case I'm about to waste a load of fuel. Okay, I may as well put the unsmelted. There we go, all queued up and ready to go. So yellow means it's attempting to pre-pressurize the furnace. It's not going very quickly because we haven't got a whole lot of fuel, but it's working on it. And that's all you can ask of it. It's doing its best. There's no winners and losers here. There's just furnaces doing their best to be hot enough to work. Right, how does this pipe work? Does it look safe to chuck some more through? I hope so, because I really need to get a load more processed. Yeah, I think we'll risk it. Still got a bit of water in there. It's a surprise. I thought that would have all filtered through by now. Probably ought to put a valve in there as well to stop the stuff cooling down out here. Right, how's that looking? That's okay to there. How's this pipe looking? Come on. Yeah, power's kind of a bit of a problem, isn't it? I'm going to have to go inside in a second. Just want to know this isn't going to explode the second that I turn my back. Let's get inside, sort my suit out before it runs out of power. Cancel the pressurise. There we go. Right. Switch that over there. Okay. Now, as soon as I've got some more steel, which it says it's now at the right temperature to make. It may have even made it, and it may have flown off the edge there. One of the things I need to think about is, actually I'm going to extend that first, is another tank, because I want to capture the heat from that waste gas. And I want to capture it into some water, so luckily I've got some water here that I need to do something with. I'm going to need quite a lot more pipes than that though, aren't I? I'm just going to see whether that actually made or not. At least power seems to be remaining relatively stable, which is a nice improvement. Already had that there. Let's throw those in. So pink means yes, it's made it. There we go. Look at that, 100G of steel. Very tasty. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off now. Now while that's hot though, what I could do is probably make some solder out of it as it cools down. If I had more gold I'd make some electrum, but I don't have much and I need it. Right, that will do for now. Probably should just put a locker outside for holding ores and stuff now. Maybe a chute for chucking them back inside, but there we go. So in fact, let's throw that in and let it process. Let's throw that in and let it process. That's going to be far too hot at the moment. I just should have put the gold through first, I think. Oh, look at that. What I'm going to do actually is chuck the reagent mix out, and I'll come back to that in a minute. I need another. Right, and then I'm going to just get that through, because that should just produce an ingot. There we go. Saves a bit of indoor smeltage. Okay, there's nothing else I can really whack through there, so now I'll put this back in. Let it melt down. What I probably ought to do is put a hard valve on there so I can actually cut this off, prevent it burning its way through all of my fuel. I'm going to switch that to solder. Actually there's no point, because it only sets what it's looking for when it initialises. I'm just going to have to wait for that to cool down a bit now. It will go through a phase where it's useful. How are we doing for fuel? Okay, we actually have some. It's not a huge amount, but it's not terrible. Okay, that's good. So we're going to vent into that tank. And then what what I wanted to do was to start some of this now. Heat exchange from there into water. And I'm also going to want to empty this once it gets below a certain temperature and just dump it into the overall gas processing system, but we'll do that in a minute. Keeping that clear because I need that for a later stage. Right, now that's where we've got a bit of a problem because that tank's clipping through. A little bit of wiggly spaghetti there, but it does the job. Now I think I probably want that there, and I'm going to put the heat exchanger across, and I'm going to put a water pipe on this side. So where I'm standing now will have a water tank on it. It's all a little bit bunched up over here. I'll probably space it out again later when I do the umpteenth redesign, but that'll do the job for now. Because I'm going to build a mining platform probably over there. Maybe behind here would be better, probably would actually. Yeah, it's fairly flat terrain, that'll do. Anyway, right, that's turned off, yes. So to do this, I've got already one wall, but I need 2 more walls. I need 3 iron sheets and 3 glass sheets just to extend that corner. The valve that I was just talking about needing, so let's grab that while I see it to create some space in here for some of these. There's some steel. Okay, there's quite a lot of these building up, which I'll recycle once I've got the right infrastructure in place. I'm going to want that. Right, just checking in here before I start making stuff. What have I already got? Okay, so I've already got 2 of the 3 glass sheets. I need so I'm going to need 4 iron sheets, 1 for the floor. Two, 3, whoops, did that a little bit too quickly. 4, okay, and I need some walls. I might as well stick with iron walls for now. I know I've got some steel, but I don't want to spend it all on just walls when I could do iron instead. So I need 2 of these. I need 1 more glass sheet, for which I'll need that silicon. Okay. That can go on the floor. That's getting put back in here to refill. Okay. Just check not to turn those off. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's low, but it's not that low, is it? There we go. Another filter to add to the mountain in a minute as well. Right. Do I need to do anything else before I go out there? No, I don't believe I do. Okay. So let's get this built. So I'm going to want 1 there, 1 there. Close those up. Weld the floor. Close that. Close that. Close that. There we go. Perfect. Right, back inside. Why is that taking so long to pressurise? Don't know. Okay, right, now we're going to use that gold to make the active vent we need for that and convert it to a... Oh, what the hell? What's using all the power? What is using all the power? Okay, let's it's got to be the heaters in there, I would guess. It's the obvious thing to draw a lot of power on and off. It's been bouncing around. Right, okay, I'm going to need to sort the power network out. I've got the basis of doing that, but right, okay, first things first. Let's get that active vent put in. I'm going to need to eat and drink again in a minute as well. Oh no, there's no copper. Got copper in there, tiny bit. Not enough. Don't think I've even got any in there, have I? No, have I actually run out of copper again? Damn. That's annoying. Okay, I'm not fixing that. Right, let's go back and finish off over here then. Then I need to eat and drink. Right, so that's the new bit. So it should be safe to... CO2 dropping out the air there. Where's my angle radical? That's up there. Let's put that there. These tools keep getting all muddled up. I could do a slightly bigger belt. Ah. Flat battery. Can't remember whether that's because of deliberately using something or whether I just actually run out. Okay, right, good. So this heat exchanger will become a liquid gas one, and it will go on. Whoops. Get it the right way round, that way round. It will go onto there. If the wall will let it. That's the thing I'm not sure about, but I'd love to be able to get it to straddle that wall. Don't think it's going to. I think I'm going to have to bring it just in. Oh no, there we go. Brilliant. So that's going to take the heat from the hot gas and put it into whatever liquid's in here, which will become water once I've built the necessary infrastructure. Now, what do I turn off that? Okay, that can stay off for a minute. That's fine. Right, let's get in here and sort myself out. Let that battery run out, didn't I? That was very silly. Going to need to deal with that rather quickly. There we go. Let's put that in there. Growing poorly, barely growing, barely growing. Well, clearly it's still not really working in here, is it? Which is not great. Okay. eat sparingly, because that can is empty and there's no more food. Right. Hopefully that's dealt with the gas in here. Yes, it has. Remember to turn it off this time. Right, let's switch that for there. And I also need to remember to recharge that. Okay, so once that's done, which hopefully won't take too long, I'm going to see about making a water tank, and then we can try to capture some of the water heat, or some of the heat into the water, but I'm going to have 2 different water networks, because I think the hot gas from the furnace is going to take the water temperature way too high for those plants. So I'm going to need a second one-way valve. I'll deal with that in a second. Let's get this charged. Come on, 9900, there we go. Right. Liquid pipe valve, we're going to need one of those. We're going to need... So I don't know whether I can make a tank. No, I'm not going to have enough copper. Right, I'm going to have to go and actually go and mine some copper, aren't I, before I do anything else. That's actually the next thing that needs to be done. And those ices can get, to be honest, the oxide we probably don't even need anymore, given that oxygen is not exactly an issue. On Europa. I'll leave it lying around out here, or in there if you prefer. A bit cheeky really, letting yourself back in like that. Hang on, split half. Split half, chuck that in there. May as well get that processing. The nitrogen's useful. Right. I didn't mean to come out with all those bits of stuff. Let's deal with that first. It's still pretty warm, isn't it? Is that cooled down enough for lead? No, even close to, not even near to ready to make solder. Right. I think it may take a little while. Sure we don't accidentally burn all of our fuel in the furnace. May also mean that the input pipe to the furnace freezes, of course, and explodes, but hey, you know, yeah, if that happens, we'll just have to deal with it, won't we? Still have not seen any nickel anywhere on this damn planet. That looks like copper though, so I'll take that. Decent amount of copper down here. Some gold as a bonus. I feel I deserve. plane. It's not really what I was looking for, but it's still useful. Gold in the roof here. Clear. Right, okay, well, decent amount of iron as well. So quite a good little. Oh, there's more gold. Quite a good little seam, but still no nickel. Probably dark outside by now as well. I expect. I know it's not. Okay, let's. Okay, it's very close to it though, so I'm going to see whether I can see anything else worth having. Easy to survey going that way when the sun's over there. No. There's quite a few. There's a copper down there, that's copper. We'll take that because we will need more of it. Rich seams, but none of them have got any nickel. I need nickel, really, it's quite a high priority now because I'm going to need it to make Invar and Constantan, and without both of those I'm not going to be able to make that deep core miner that I really, really want. Let's clear this a bit. Some more gold. Hopefully I can find my way home again. I'm not completely sure I know which way, but I can probably figure it out. Oh, there goes the battery in there. Good job I charged some batteries and some other stuff. Get back in there. Starting to see why the angle grinder had no battery now. Actually, do you know what? If I've got that little power in my suit as well, it's time to go home. Forget anything else, I just need to go home. Kind of hoping I'd see the base lights by now. Oh, there we go, look at that. Maybe, maybe not, maybe that was just some stars that happen to look a whole lot like base lights. I'll get a bit of altitude and see if that helps. Turn my lights off. So, no, maybe not. Hope I'm not lost. That would be annoying. In the dark with almost no battery power. You know what I am going to have to do is get a battery ready from in there to switch out. Okay, let's get all the batteries I have available where I can see them. Okay. Let's chuck that across there, that will help a little bit. One less warning. Yeah, I think I've got myself lost, haven't I? Oh no, there's that. Battery's flat. Switch it out. It's very difficult to know whether I'm now just chasing mirages, but that's a pair of coloured flashing lights. That looks hopeful. I like coloured flashing lights because they don't tend to occur naturally, especially not below the horizon, and especially not ones that get further apart as you get closer. There we go. Phew. That's a little bit close for comfort. Still can't make solder though. All that. Right, have I got anything else left to go through that ice crusher? Yeah, let's put half of that in, or maybe not half, maybe half of half. In you go. Probably won't wait for it to pressurise though. That was probably cutting a little bit too fine at that point. It's 16%. I don't know what I was worried about. Right, there we go. I made it home alive despite expectations to the contrary. Right, mining drill is recharged and it's still turned on. So that's that. That's good. Right, what else has got a battery in it? So it was a worthwhile cause. Right, that's on 100%, that's on 100%. What's the battery like in there? Right, that's the other 0%er, so that can go in there. 94, come on, 100%, perfect, that can go in there. Look at that. That just leaves Hentral's at 96. Okay, so if I get that to 100, that's probably good enough. Okay. Well, there we go. We survived. I'm going to vent that. Actually, I'll vent it in a minute once I know what's in there. Okay. Right. So let's just very quickly get the tablet here, get the tank there. Yes, I know, I just want to check what's in it before I vent it. Oh, it's actually got some nitrous in it, has it? That's not very good. There we go. I'll sort that out. This should hopefully, as long as there's still 5%, now the pollutant's at 0%. Go on, off you go. Another pollutant filter required, that's from the smelting in here. Right, what I should be able to do now is make an active vent. Yes. That's good news, because that means I can upgrade this to an advanced airlock. Which is in here, I think. Where did I put the advanced airlock? Or is it inside? No, I think it might be inside. Oh, more gold there all along. Oh well. Right. There it is. Brilliant. Okay, so once I've done this, that should remove the need to constantly have to run that every time I come in, by keeping the atmosphere separate. Let's just see if we've done the job. Yes, we have. Barely growing, barely growing, barely growing, and still barely growing. I mean, at least they're barely growing rather than not growing, I suppose. Right, this is going to need a bit of work. It's going to break the automation on here, so I'll pull the glass off. Take that out and throw that over there. Remove that. Stick that, whoops, make it a gas sensor. Stick that over there. Stick that into there and that into there. And where did I put that? There it is. Put that on there. Yeah, error in config. I'm not surprised there's an error in the config, but don't you worry about it, because we're going to fix it now. Right, so I'm going to label these. I don't normally bother, because normally the amount of time it takes to label them compared to you've only got two options, it's not worth the time. But it's not so much the doors I can figure out, it's the vents. And once I've got the labeler on and I'm labelling things, I may as well label the whole lot. And also I suspect there's at least one more gas sensor somewhere. Okay, there we go. I know a number of people have actually asked me on some of my other videos why I don't label them when I build the first airlock, and it is literally just the fact that it doesn't make a lot of difference, and it's quicker just to try it both ways. Right, I'm going to call the workshop the external, and that's the internal, so I need to make that the external and I need to make that the internal. There we go. Okay, and actually I want the pressure in there. I'm going to say I want the pressure in there to be about 60 actually, and in here I'll be happy with 101, but actually I'd be happy with 75. I'll just speed up the cycle time somewhat. That should do the job. Okay, so now this should completely vacuum this out. Meaning we don't have... There we go. Oh dear, that doesn't sound too good though, does it? Cancel pressurize. That sounds like one of these is not connected as I need it to be. So what is coming on there? I mean, maybe that needs to be... Did I not connect it on the top? I thought I did. I'm going to have to go out and check. I may not have done. I may have forgotten that. I'll lose more gas if I haven't. No, I didn't. That was what the problem was. Right, okay. Hopefully that solves it. Well, look at all that liquid carbon dioxide spilling into the room there. Right, okay. Good, done. I was just thinking that didn't seem right. Nitrous ice. Right. Okay, while I'm out here, you know I have to do some more of this. And I have to check the state of this furnace. Can we make solder yet, please? No, we still can't. Huh. Well, I don't know why that's still trying to turn on, honestly. It's cooled down, it's just far too high pressure. Where's the tablet? There it is. Just double check, there shouldn't be anything in that pipe. No, there's not. And then this should be starting to come out. It's at 300 degrees, so it's pretty hot. Hopefully it will shortly make it to the level where we can make some solder. That would be nice. I feel like this is taking a little bit longer than I would like now. This was meant to just be a real quick side project. It really is not going very fast, is it? What's that volume set to? Oh, it's only set to 5, that's why. Let's empty it faster. Don't understand why that's still trying to turn on. That's a little bit baffling, honestly. Let's reset the whole system. That should force it to try and cool down somewhere along the way. It might pass through suitable conditions, it may not. Actually, its temperature spiked a bit, probably because of off-gassing in there. Yeah, a little bit of volatiles left in there. So eventually, once that's cool, we'll reprocess that gas. But clearly it's going to take a little while. It really isn't emptying very quickly. The thing I'm going to need to watch is the carbon dioxide, and to a lesser extent the pollutant liquefying in there. So what I'm going to do is, once that hits about 20 degrees C, I'm going to have some automation that's going to vacuum that whole tank and pass it through some processing, or put it into at least an insulated tank, which obviously at the moment I don't have one of, but I intend to have by then. I can't believe this is still not passing through a range for solder. It normally kind of happens almost by accident. I realised that wasn't what I was trying to make. I'm going to get it under 3.5 kPa actually, that's the point. But you'll see the temperature range, as long as it's above 26 degrees C and 300 kPa, you end up with solder. There we go. It is rather easy to make. Right, okay, that's fine, and that's set to 0, so that should empty out and shut the system down, and in the meantime we've got 100 G of solder there as well as a bonus. Right, that's filtered a reasonable amount, but we're all good. Okay, is this still going alright? Looks okay. Yeah, quite a lot of nitrogen, which is good. Throw that in there. And I guess we'll go back inside. So I think that's probably about all we've got time for if I'm going to finish this in any reasonably sensible time scale, which, you know, I do try to do. I'm just not very good at it. But in the meantime, hopefully you found that useful. I've quite enjoyed making a bit of actual progress. There's still quite a lot to do, but definitely going in the right direction. So that's good. I'll stick that there for later to remind me. So yes, with this time round we've expanded the hab a little bit further and fitted a heat exchanger, although we're not yet got a water tank attached to that. Expanded the hydroponics, done a bit of mining, got quite a lot more ore, and we've managed to make both steel and solder, so fairly productive actually as sessions go. No great expansion this time, but moving in the right direction. The big bottleneck now I think is going to be finding nickel, but that's a job for another time. Between now and then I am going to go and get in the nice toasty warmth of the greenhouse, get the frost off my faceplate, because I'm going to need to drink some water and eat some of the very last bit of my food in a minute. Let's not worry too much about pressurising it. Oh, it's getting bigger. It is getting bigger. Yeah, slowly. But look, that's nice 20-degree water now, so that's good. And the thing is with water, it's got really high specific heat capacity, so it will really hold it and keep it toasty warm. Also acts as a bit of a heat battery in here. It should stop the temperature in here fluctuating anywhere near as much. Okay, and there's no pollutant in here, so my advanced airlock has served its purpose. I am going to drink that water. Why are you complaining in there? Oh, there's probably not much oxygen now either. Yeah, 15%. I should be able to breathe that. Apparently not. Okay, I'm gonna... a little bit of food, not too much because there's not much left. I'm relying on you plants to sort this out. Do you hear me? Next time I want to see some edible food off you lot. Otherwise, that's it. It's game over for all of us. If I'm dead, there's no one to water you, right? So just you think about that between now and the next episode. Good, right. Well, on that note, I shall leave you there with my greenhouse and my slightly naughty plants, but hopefully they'll be happy plants by next time. And I hope to see you on the next episode. If you're enjoying the series, please do subscribe, and if you've got friends that are just getting into playing Stationeers, don't forget I have a number of how-tos and getting started videos on the channel as well. If you have friends that haven't yet got into Stationeers, you should get them to get into Stationeers. It's a great game, and if you've been playing for ages, then I'm sorry that you've had to put up with listening to quite so much of my rambling on. I will see you on the next episode.